Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3. Today I'm going to be talking you through the Dave Navarro PRS SE guitar, which I absolutely love. So, what we have here is, as I said before, a Dave Navarro SE. It's not the American custom model, it's the SE version, which is made in, let's have a look, it's made in Korea, this one. What I've done with this, I've managed to find one of these. These are pretty rare. You can't actually buy these new anymore. You can't buy the SE versions, you can't buy the USA versions. You have to wait literally until someone is going to sell theirs. I was lucky enough to find this on reverb.com from a guy who's a couple of hours drive away. Paid 450 quid for it. It was actually a present, Christmas and birthday present from my fiance, Karina. And what I'd done when I found this guitar, pickups were amazing, tremolo was amazing, but the problem was the band I'm playing now, Against the Grain, we play with heavier strings, and the nut that it came with didn't fit those gauge strings. So what I did, I tried filing it and everything wouldn't work. In the end I ended up replacing the nut from a local guitar company which I use, which I'll put in the link below. They're called Strings Direct in Southend. Yeah, really good company. I go there all the time for my strings. So shout out to Paul and Sam there. Yeah, so they helped me with the nut, got the nut. Also I bought some locking tuners for it as well. Got those from Strings Direct as well. Got some matching gold ones. They are the Schaller ones, which I've never used this system before. I actually find this easier, this locking string system easier than what I do on my red Japanese ESP. I prefer it in many ways. It's a lot quicker, and I like the fact that you can tighten them up rather than having to stick something in and then wind it round to get the strings out. The guitar itself, 24 frets, rosewood fingerboard. The rosewood they use on the USA ones is Brazilian rosewood. It's actually banned now, you can't actually use it. So PRS, you know, they may have had some insider knowledge for this, I don't know, but they bought a shed load of Brazilian rosewood and they're still using it on their guitars today, but you can't, as far as I know, buy Brazilian rosewood from a company and use it on your guitar. It comes with not the standard PRS pickups, it comes with the HFS pickup and the vintage bass, which these pickups absolutely squeal. One of the best passive pickup combination I've ever used. Also comes with a coil tap, one toggle switch for the neck and the treble, and just one volume control, which for me is superb. I like having the one volume control. I didn't like the three. I like as minimal controls as possible, especially when you're live. You don't want to be mucking around and looking down at your guitar. You just want it there and it's on point. So yeah, I upgraded the nut, upgraded the locking tuners on it, and I also went to my guitar tech, who's probably about 45-minute drive away, and he put some new electrics. He rewired it for me. So this guitar, although it was only about 450 quid, it's probably had about another, I'd say, 200 quid plus spent on it to bring it up to, you know, workable, usable quality in line with my other ESP guitars. What I did find with this, when I first started playing it, was the neck. It's really thin, and it's got a wide profile here. So it's easier for my hands to actually reach around, so the radius is actually smaller. I actually found this guitar, after playing it for a little while, because of the jumbo fret sizes on it, I actually find this easier and more comfortable to play than my two ESPs, to the point where I barely take my ESPs out anymore. I use this for home mucking around with riff ideas and solo, and I use it as my main guitar. I've just used it on the recording for my new band's EP, mini EP, or it looks like it's going to be a demo now. I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Again, rosewood, just a standard rosewood, Indian rosewood fretboard. I think it's mahogany body, set through neck. And a great tremolo system. Now on this, I've never been known to use a whammy bar on any of my guitars. I used to back in the day, before I joined Designs of Chaos. I got a Dean Dimeback razor guitar from Basildon. That's where their distribution centre is. Paid a lot of money for it. Just within 8 months, swapped it out for the ESP. Just couldn't get on with it. Too cumbersome, and I didn't think it was built particularly well. Not to slander Dean or anyone who owns a Razorback at all, but I just thought they weren't particularly great guitars. Yeah, so now I'm using the PRS pretty much all the time, and probably, you know, once we're out of this lockdown period and everyone settles down financially, probably be in the market at some point in the future for a USA PRS. The Dave Navarro one I think is about $2,000, something like close to that. If you buy it, if you can find them. But yeah, it comes in Dave Navarro's signature white finish. The good thing about this signature guitar is that it hasn't got loads of graphics over it. It literally just has Dave Navarro's name on top there, and that is all it is. But the SE version, this SE guitar is even though it's the cheapest guitar, electric guitar that I own, it's easily the most fun and most accessible to play, and the tones, since I had the electric swapped out, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. It probably wouldn't stand up that well in just flat out metal, speed metal, like I used to do with Designs of Chaos. I'll probably go to the red Japanese ESP with that, because it's got a floating bridge. I find the hardtail guitars tend to stay in tune a lot better, and they're a lot better. You can go a lot harder on the strings with them. These ones are a little bit more sensitive. So what I've done, I haven't blocked off the tremolo, but I never ever use the tremolo on, because I'm not a tremolo player at all. You know, when I had the Dean Razorback guitar, I was trying to do the squills like Dimebag and everything like that, it was good fun. It's a good party trick, but in terms of everyday playing and live, it's not really what I'm about, although I am specifically a lead and melodic player. I didn't feel like I was missing anything by not having that. That's about it really. Dave Navarro, a big influence on my playing. Absolutely love Jane's Addiction. The Strays album is one I can point to as one of my go-to albums. And also, I just really love his playing style. I think he's very natural, very easy to listen to, and he comes up with some great song ideas, and he comes up with some great licks as well. He's not the most technically gifted player. I think he would be the first one to say he's not, you know, the best player in the world. But in terms of a performer, this is what I was going to get onto in a video later on. In terms of performer, who would you rather go and see? You know, would you rather go and see a performance of a player, someone who's showboating about, you know, a bit like Eddie Van Halen back in the day, you know, Jimmy Page or Slash? You know, I think Navarro is one of those iconic kind of players, rather than someone as technically gifted as, say, Jeff Loomis, who I'm a huge fan of, or Joe Satriani, or Steve Vai even. You know, it's great music, and I appreciate it for what it is. But in terms of a performance, you know, for me, I'd rather go and see a Zakk Wylde or a Slash or a Dave Navarro any day of the week for an overall performance. I wasn't going to get too much into that side for this video anyway, about the performance side, but I think that's, for me, where Dimebag Darrell had it all. He had all the licks, all the riffs, all the squeals, and he had that on stage, just larger than life performer. So for me, you've got, you know, Dimebag Darrell right up there, who was a great influence on me. That's why I actually went and bought the Dean Razorback guitar, and it's classic case, oh, if I buy that guitar I'll sound like Dimebag. Wrong. 90% of guitarist tone comes from how they're holding this, their attack, their feeling. you can play the same riffs in the same way, the same tempo, but the great guitarist, you'll always be able to tell, you know, by ear, that's them playing, you know. So yeah, anyway, I'll stop rambling. This PRS guitar, if you want a PRS guitar, I strongly recommend the SE version. I think they're great. I think they've just updated their models for 2018 or 2019. They're not too far away from like the £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 American PRSs, and just with a few upgrades. Like I said, you can get those upgrades from most guitar stores. Like I said, I'll link in the guitar store that I use for my bits in the description below. But yeah, thanks for watching, and there'll be more clips later on.